Within this episode, you shall find the answers to all you seek.
We discuss more on Disney streaming service, part deuce. Dive into Game of Thrones theories to gear up for April's premiere.
Let's jump right in.
Hey guys, you're about to enter a world that we geek responsibly. This is going to be a podcast that you will enjoy for the rest of your life. Here is Jenna and Bridget.
When no one is around you. It tastes like burning. That's perfect.
And we are here for your pleasure. No.
Well, I can talk louder. It's gotta get off mute. Welcome to the podcast. This is why you don't need to color correct everything. Sorry guys, she color coordinated our intro there and she left this little green slip between April's and premiere, and so I decided to take a breath.
Hers is green, by the way. Mine is pink. So as she...
Yours is purple.
Well, it's like a pinkish purple.
It's Skeletor colors.
It is Skeletor colors because that's how we roll. So as I was trying to color correct my lines, I accidentally didn't
Color correct
the whole thing. So there is a space. So that is what that breath was.
Here, do it again. April, do it.
April's premiere.
There you go. Let's start the show.
Let's jump right in. Oh, whatever. Good. Enjoy. Hey guys, welcome to Geek Responsibly. This is season 2, episode 4.
Yes, it is.
Which is really awesome, and time is flying because I feel like I just posted season 2, episode 3 just a couple of days ago.
Oh, weird. It's like you did because you did.
I did! It was Thursday. So if you guys haven't noticed, we're trying to organize the show a little bit more so that every Thursday we'll have a new one.
You guys, we're adulting now. It's weird.
We're trying to organize it a little bit more as well so that it's easier for your listening preferences.
We're even like drinking tea right now and like
fancy.
Yeah, fancy, and read like the little notes, kind of like they're, because the yogi ones are kind of like fortune cookies, and both of ours were like, oh, love and kindness, so, which we laughed at, but besides that, like, definitely being adults today.
we technically did laugh at it because mine was compassion has no limit, kindness has no enemies. So I said,
yeah, it does.
Kindness does have enemies. Superheroes have villains. And then hers,
mine says, socialize with compassion, kindness, and grace. And I laughed because the second I busted through her door this morning to like podcast, I was like, motherfucker, and like was going off on a tangent. I was like, that's my socializing. It's pretty bad.
And I gave her a cup that says,
this is the worst cup for me. It says, I'm silently correcting your grammar. And for those who don't know me, I can't speak well at all, which you probably do now know from the podcast.
Like with that sentence.
I'm not good at things. It's fine.
She is. That's why she's here. So we have a couple of things lined up for today, which
kind of mirror, it's almost like a part deuce for last episode, because we talked about Marvel and DC, where we kind of touched base a little bit on streaming services, and Jenna ended up like deep diving and going into more knowledgeable things to look into the Disney one, because I heard about it, but then I walk in and she's like, oh yeah, Disney Push. I'm like, what's that? Like, that I didn't know actually more about that. So she pulled up some cool stuff that she's going to share with us right now.
Well, not right now. We're going to do a catch up.
Well, you ruined it.
I know. It was a good intro, but I didn't want to end it.
All right, fine. But catch up first.
Catch up. We should have like a little
mustard. What?
Yes. You know what? I'm going to get that clip and I'm going to make a little video. Like anytime that we are going to do catch up, we'll be like, catch up and mustard. Time to talk.
It's like it's essentially like us coming together, because you always need both. Like,
right?
Yeah, that's true. So
people are savage that don't put mustard on anything along with ketchup.
Yeah. Like, if you're gonna do dogs. Honestly, if you're gonna do like the Costco dog, which is like the best way to do it, you need the ketchup, the mustard, and a shit ton of onions. You just roll that, you fucking spin that thing for like days. It's just let it go.
Oh, that's so funny.
like, so
I'm
you
hungry.
can't, like, you just ate, like, your oatmeal stuff. Anyway.
But now I want a hot dog from Costco.
I know, they are amazing. So, what happened in the last couple days since we saw each other last?
Man, all I can think of is a massive hot dog. I love
Your
food.
brain is so easy. I'm trying to think what happened last.
It's like a dog.
We've had a really amazing rainy days. Which
Oh my
is
gosh,
great.
yes. It has been so cold. It's been raining. There was flood warnings.
It snowed in Scottsdale.
Did it really?
It snowed.
It snowed in Tucson.
And I drove to, we had like 3 feet, I think, up north. And when I drove to work the other day, there was snow on the Superstition Mountain.
Interesting.
It was really weird. I was like, where am I, Colorado? It was crazy.
Since we last talked, I got my eyebrows microbladed.
Oh, they look fab. I keep looking online and wanting to do it, but I'm not sure if I really need to do it. So I'm like slowly growing mine out. And
get them at least. So emu oil is what I put on mine.
Emu?
Yeah, I'll show you. So I started going to this. Well, here, let's travel back a little bit. Jenna turned 30 and everything started falling apart.
Shame.
So I was talking to people and Mia, my hairdresser, and was like, why do you look fabulous?
Yeah.
And did you know that she's turning 40?
Shut up.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah. So I go, what are you doing? She's like, you have to take care of your skin. So I started looking for people. And before that, I actually had another friend tell me about, like, she had fierce eyebrows. And I was like, mine look like little tadpoles. What are you doing? And she's like, go to Melt by Melissa. So if anybody's in the Arizona area, definitely go to Melt by Melissa.
I'm stalking her Instagram. She looks like she does amazing job.
The whole group does. So I started with her and she was in her apartment doing it. Now I've gotten to where she's all of a sudden in a, like,
too legit to quit.
Yeah.
Nice.
She's already finding a new place, like all this stuff. Like,
awesome.
She's in magazines in Scottsdale, all this fun stuff. So anywho, but I only was doing it for my eyebrows. So then I started dermaplane and I was like, holy crap, this is the best thing that happens. And all it is
Don't
they just
shave your face.
All they do, all you hear is this, and they just shave off the first, like, a couple of first layers of the skin and the peach fuzz. It doesn't hurt. You don't turn red. You can put on makeup the next day.
What if I stop going? Is my peach fuzz gonna, like, grow back with a vengeance?
No.
Oh.
No, you don't have. If you shave, your hair will come back black. That's what our parents would say.
Yeah.
That's false.
Okay.
By the way.
Okay.
I shaved my arms multiple times for swimming.
Oh, true.
But it is true.
She's showing me. That's what the wrestling is.
One came back with a vengeance. I leave him because I think he's hilarious. I have one dark hair that just hangs out there. A little bit known fact about Jenna: if a body comes up on the shore, you go, hold on, let me see her left arm.
I'll be able to know.
Yep, that's her. By that hair.
That's the one she's proud of. I know this.
I've plucked him once and then I felt bad, so I left him. But anywho, with dermaplaning, it's fabulous. It comes off and then your pores look better.
Yeah.
Your makeup goes on better if you do wear makeup, or you just look more supple, like your face looks plump.
Yeah.
Not moist. It looks moist too. What up, plump, moist. But then I did micro needling with them and then microblading and like all this other stuff. And I'm like already like starting, like my lines are starting to go away.
Nice.
So I'm like, perfect. Hopefully I turn into Mia.
Just stop aging. And then Benjamin Buttoning, you go backwards.
Yeah. Whatever Tom Cruise is doing is what I'm doing right now.
He sold his soul.
Scientology.
I hit the 30s and I was like, holy shit, what's going on? I think for me it's been growing my eyebrows out, and then I found this like vitamin E kind of oil, or like you know the oil that you have for like stretch marks when you're pregnant. There's stuff apparently for your face. And it says like 8 weeks and it could, I don't know, work wonders. So I'm just slapping that on for now. We'll see what happens.
You need to come with me. We'll totally get dermaplane together. It's real quick. It's 30 minutes.
I'd rather have my eyebrows tattooed, I think.
No, that's I mean, it technically hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can see the little incisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to do something.
But they shape them for you. So then she like shows you, okay, this is what I'm thinking. Do you like where the arch is? Do you like where this starts? And then she like shapes your eyebrow to your face. And then she goes from there. But dermaplaning, you can't feel it. Microblading,
Yeah.
you can kind of feel it and you can hear it. And I'm like,
Well,
because they try to numb your forehead, but I could feel it on this side. Yes. You're taking a needle or like a razor to your face.
Yeah, but it's like...
It hurts.
Right, because I would assume that...
With the tiny amount of numbing that was on this one, and she like renumbed it
I guess like nerves on your face, right?
Yes, that hurt.
It's like the tattooing, you never did the numbing and stuff for that.
I've never done that.
I'm wondering if they numb the face more so your face doesn't scrunch up.
Probably.
Because otherwise you're going to scrunch and she's going to fuck it up. And then you're
then
you're going to have cuts all over your face. And next thing you know, she accidentally puts like a teardrop on
your eye. You turn into fucking Joker.
But
you want to know how I got these scars?
Microblading. She missed my eyebrows and got my face.
We need to write this down because I want to make a comic strip.
We just recorded it.
I know. I want to make a comic strip. I'm gonna like find somebody to make. You want to know how I got these scars?
Feel free, someone who wants to do 3D animation and put on a little animation of some of the shit we say. Oh my god. So yeah, so you've gotten beautiful skin and brows.
Yes.
I was really enjoying the rain, so a lot of my couples ended up canceling, which I've been totally fine shooting in the rain, but it was cold and I got to go home and just like, started reading the second Harry Potter.
Yay, me too.
Again, for those who don't know, because I think we mentioned it a couple episodes ago, that I actually have never read Harry Potter.
I've never read it. Shame.
And I just started Seeking Me Forever, but I'm only buying the books as I finish them. Otherwise, I don't think I actually would. And I'm not terribly far. I'm at the point where Ron and his brothers took him from... So he met Dobby, and then his brothers, Ron's brothers, came and like broke him out. That's as far as I've gotten.
Mm-hmm. How do you like Dobby?
I don't like him from the movies at all. So, like, reading it, like, it's kind of word for word where I'm at right now of what's happened in the book versus the movie.
Yeah.
But
they do it really good.
I'm already enjoying reading this one more than the first one, and I don't know if it's because I'm forcing myself to read books, so it's like fake it till you make it. So it's like I keep telling myself, I like reading. Because I did that one book, and then I finished the Tokyo one.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of rough, but I feel like now I'm like getting a hang of... How horrible does it sound? I'm getting the hang of reading. Like, I'm learning. Like, I'm getting kind of good at it now.
I love reading.
See, I want to say that, but I mean, I think I'm slowly starting to enjoy it.
There's this one that I'm reading right now, which I'll finish it and see how it ends, but I think you might like it. It's called The Proposal. It's something that I wouldn't ever normally read, but since we talked last and you've been sparking back that little fire within my Goodreads,
okay,
I started looking into Goodreads and I found this Asian guy who writes these phenomenal reviews, and I just read all of his reviews. He has 4,128 books that he's already read. He's put them all in specific shelves. So I just look on his, and what are his top ones? I read. And one of them was The Proposal.
We need
talk to him. We need to interview him.
We need to set up a segment, and I don't know what's his name.
Thomas.
So it'll be like Thomas's top, and then Top Thomas, Top Tom, or something, and that will be our segment where we're literally just going off of like his Goodreads. Yeah.
And so I did, and I actually am liking this one so far. Definitely not a book that I would normally read, but I'll show you his Goodreads are like
I keep forgetting those books I was going to bring you.
This is the third episode that you actually stayed in the beginning.
God damn it.
Because I was listening to our other one, and I was like, she said it again. And there's no books.
Next time, for sure.
I feel like she's just joking.
No, I have them. Oh, damn it.
But I'm glad that you're reading. That's awesome.
It's so difficult.
I'm so glad that you're part of the cool kids now. Your grammar was going to improve significantly.
Oh, maybe. We'll see. Sometimes I catch myself reading too fast, and I have to like go back and reread the paragraph again. I was like, oh, wait.
I do that. That's a typical thing.
It's like, no.
It's like when you walk too fast.
Yeah.
It's like you learning how to walk.
Yeah.
You get up and you're like,
I'm learning how to read. I'm in the stumbling stages. That's where I'm at. Like a 3-year-old toddler just like bouncing. That's where I'm at.
Oh, I love it.
But besides that, yeah. Reading more and weddings. That's it. That's mostly my life.
That's okay.
Oh, in Final Fantasy 11.
Yeah.
I'm getting like in it, guys. I ended up reenacting my old character because I had started it fresh and made a brand new character. Yeah, I pulled my old character out, and now that's my new main. Yay! So I did it all for naught. And which has been fun. So I'm definitely getting more back into that. That's my game plan today. Once we're done podcasting. Words. It's early.
That's funny because I'm excited. Oh. I'm excited too. Good thing we don't have our video right now.
I just got like swapped in the face with this tea bag.
Can you say that sentence again?
Swapped.
Do you want me to take your tea bag?
Swapped. Thwacked in the face with this tea bag.
She got tea bagged by tea bag.
Oh my god, we should just start this already. This is a disaster.
Okay. Sorry for all the horrible things that you've already had to listen to for the last 15-20 minutes.
Mind you, this is like this is the first time we're kind of doing this in the day, so this is why we're like it's like it's early. Usually we do this at night.
Oh, we haven't gotten all the jitters out. Anywho, Disney push. So from there, we were talking last episode about Disney having their own streaming service. Mm-hmm. While I was listening to a couple of things online, it comes to fruition that it's Disney push. Maybe I'm behind, probably, but now I got the name of the streaming app, which is Disney push. Why? I have no idea. Maybe it's not. Maybe I just made that up and I just heard them.
Disney push sounds really aggressive. Yeah. So I think it's fitting.
We're pushing it on top of everybody to like it.
Maybe they want to sound edgy.
Maybe, but it's...
Like when DuckTales, when they redid Disney, but they did them with the DuckTales when they're in the 90s and the kids wore baggy pants and they're all like emo and mean.
What?
You remember that?
No.
Oh my god, it was so bad. Continue,
sorry. My poor DuckTales.
Yeah, it's ruined.
So... While I was listening, they were talking about a couple of things that were going to be a part of the streaming service. And I know one of them, I believe, is going to be the Mandalorian series. So
live action or 3D?
Live.
No. We'll see how that goes. Because I really liked the Clone Wars on what they had going on for that. And then they remade another one.
Steve.
But yeah, that one was good, but it was also not for children. Like, no. It was pretty dark. So then the next one, the one that's out currently now, I think is like pilot stuff, but it's like racing pilots, but not whatever the fucking thing is. So I don't know. I haven't gotten into that one, but I wonder. I'm not surprised they're going with the Star Wars at all.
Well, there's a couple. So I also heard that there's Loki. They stated something about Black Panther, but I don't know if it was a series or if they were just saying that they got an award for Black Panther.
I'm betting that they're going to probably do a series because I think for
them
did
really well.
It's going to be a really
Wakanda
good...
forever.
It's going to be a big market and they're going to hit it for sure. They're going to hit it. They're going to hit it hard and it's probably going to be an animated series.
Disney push.
They're going to push it.
Push it real good.
But yeah, I think they're going to do... If they do Black Panther, it's going to be probably an animated series. I could see that.
So what got me looking into Disney push was the merge of Fox and Disney.
Which you said is recent, right?
Yeah, it. I think it just finalized. So they've been in the works for it because, again,
which
some
hurts
X-Men...
my soul because it's like, I feel like Disney's just snatching everything up. And I get because of Marvel.
Hide your kids, hide your wife. Sorry, I had to. You said snatch.
And I feel like... and I get it that Marvel and Marvel and Disney merged, so it makes sense that they would try to get Fox because... the X-Men and everything else.
X-Men, yeah.
But then it just makes me feel like, why is everything merging under Disney? Like, why does everything want to be under the Disney umbrella?
I know. Why don't they keep their own label? I think they might, because what's going on is Disney's using them to be able to put out our PG-13 and R-rated stuff.
Which to me is an interesting switch for Disney.
No, it's happened twice before. So it happened with Touchstone Pictures, which I put on here, and a lot of those did not bode well within the box office.
Which ones? What movies were Touchstone doing? That was under Disney.
I can look, but I remember that logo when I was watching movies of Touchstone with that like symbol with the lightning, and it said Touchstone Pictures. But it also did it with Miramax, which they used the same formula that they did with Touchstone.
We have to look and find out what movies actually came out that were under Miramax/Disney, because I'm curious of what they're like pushing out. Yeah. So as far as like rated R stuff and you're doing Fox, my main thing that I would think of is Deadpool.
Yes. Which I believe
Which
they're
is
still
hilarious.
keeping. Yeah. Well, and I wanted to just be like X-Force. I love Deadpool too. Let's see. There we go. Miramax Disney movies. List of Miramax films. I don't know if
go to the first one. Sorry, we're learning as we go.
Like this?
No, because that's just Miramax's first film. You got to go to the first link you didn't click.
The first link I didn't click.
Wikipedia.
Thanks, Wikipedia. Wiki. Oh, look, Miramax.
Holy shit. Walt Disney bought them in 1993.
Yeah, that's
Pulp Fiction. Oh, shit. What?
Which did well.
Okay, so they bought them, but they're still using the Miramax, so it's not necessarily... You wouldn't necessarily know it's tied to Disney.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. But anything Disney related that they had pushed out, no pun intended, was not good. Post-Disney.
Ah, so they kicked them out.
Oh, look at that. They were like, fuck you, Disney. You're not that great.
Or they bought themselves out of it.
December 3rd, 2010, it was canceled. So they were on a stint from 1993 to 2010. They did some Quentin Tarantino movies, which I love those.
Lord of the Rings. What?
The Hobbit.
Oh, financial backer and attempting to get Lord of the Rings films produced.
Well.
Weird. Oh, that's a whole bunch of business shit we're not going to go into.
Yeah, that's boring and numbers and...
Mumbo jumbos.
It's too early, so sorry for anybody who's curling in their chair right now going, God damn it, those girls suck. We love you. But on that... then they were talking about James Gunn, because some people were like, well, you know, with this merge within Fox, you know, are they going to keep the integrity of the PG-13 R-rated stuff? People like James Gunn did get pulled out of Guardians of the Galaxy from things that they were stating on Twitter.
About 10 years ago.
Yes. So the guy that they were interviewing...
fucking ridiculous, in my opinion.
Well, the guy that was interviewing said, you know, he feels bad for those that are ensnared or tangled within this merge.
Yeah.
But this is... Where did he have it? He said, like this is a open world now and anybody can kind of get into the crossfires. So his word of advice was be careful.
Yeah, be careful what you say, because then in 2 decades you can get fired from your job for it.
Even though you destroyed it on an amazing movie, Guardians of the Galaxy has been I feel one of the best movies.
I mean, Marvel. Yeah, it's been really good. I don't know. It's an interesting thing. And it depends on, and I don't think it's just Disney. I think a lot of companies do that where, like, you had the whole thing with the Oscars, right? And Kevin Hart was going to be hosting, and then they said, you're out unless you apologize for stuff you've said on Twitter. And he said, well, then I'm out because I'm not going to apologize for what I said.
Oh, good for him. Yeah. See, this is why I love Kevin Hart. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, there was something like that. He's like, it was 10 years ago. I'm not going to apologize for whatever comments or whatever joke he was making. So
yeah, you're young. You're a different person. We've talked about this.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which there is no word on anyone helping with Guardians 3 at this time. But what we can go off of from all the interviews that have been taking place, which you can just search on the internet if you'd like more of the interviews, that Disney is coming for your streaming dollar. And we can look forward to Marvel and Star Wars episodes on Disney Push.
And I'm guessing it's probably going to be $12 to $15. I think Netflix just went up in price.
Did they really?
Yeah, I think they think they just did. Well, that's the thing. Like, you can get media in all different ways. So having it, I see streaming getting bigger already. But the downside is, like, I wish the streaming services were a little bit cheaper because then you can pick and choose what you want. You're buying which channel you want. But yeah, with Disney, it'll be interesting to see what they do for the push, because if they're keeping it under the Disney umbrella, are they going to put the rated R stuff under there? It's going to say Disney, or is it going to be under,
here's Fox.
Here's Disney, Fox channels for adults only. Do you put a parental guarding and stuff on that too? Like, it's going to be interesting to see them umbrella that much, because Amazon Prime and Hulu and Netflix, I've seen some really crazy shit on that.
Have you seen Sex Education yet?
I have not, but I've seen, there was a movie that it was like supposed to be like a romantic movie, and I remember watching it, and the first episode is like full out, like porn. I'm like, oh my God. So like that was very surprising. So it makes me wonder how Disney's going to try to encompass that, but still have that name tied. Because when you think Disney, you think childhood, you think like that kind of stuff. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they do.
Yeah.
And I won't be
how much they're
surprised-
going to take off of Netflix and
I mean, the
Pirates of the Caribbean are on there right now.
Oh, they're going to pull everything.
Incredibles is on there right now.
They're going to pull everything.
That's so sad.
Which makes me... But
I don't want to pay for Disney Push.
Here's the thing. I think they're going to pull everything, but I think maybe one thing that's going to be ahead of Disney when it comes to original content is going to be Hulu and Netflix. Because the original content is actually really good. I think The Magicians
I really like theirs.
Is an original content. The Sabrina stuff was original.
Yep.
And so, like, I don't know.
The Haunting of Hill House currently is going on season 2, which everybody's stoked about that. I'm terrified. I have not watched it.
I haven't watched it. And then there was a whole bird song thing. I don't know.
You mean the Bird Box?
Whatever it is. I didn't even watch it. And everyone's like, oh my God, you need to watch it. I was like, I don't care.
I didn't watch it either.
Yeah.
But you know what's so funny is somebody tweeted, so if we're talking about tweeting, somebody tweeted the girl in, or the woman, or the lady in, it was the lady in Bird Box is da-da-da-da. They said something.
Yeah.
This kid who posted it just got torn up. You don't know who Sandra Bullock is? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, you mean like, and then people were just like posting all this stuff. This kid just got like annihilated. I actually posted on it too. I was like, really?
Watch what you write online.
Be careful.
Which is crazy, because either you're going to get burned by the crowd.
Sandra Bullock? Come on. Like, how do you not know who Sandra Bullock is? She's been in just, like, everything.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is, like,
Kids suck.
Well, like, the girl I work with, she's younger than I am, and I always forget how young she is. She's, like, only 20, and then I'll be talking about something, and she's like, I don't know what that is. I just found out her boyfriend's never seen any of the Toy Story movies.
What?
I know. So it's just one of those things.
Where are these people?
They grew up differently. Like,
but the thing is when we were growing up, our parents made us watch 80s and, you know, like 80s, 90s films.
I don't know. It's different.
Or like I stumbled upon them and Friends and like all this other stuff. Like I was cultured. What happened? What happened? There's no culture.
Like, for example, like we're watching stuff, Mighty Ducks and all that other things. And then I'm going to work and I'm trying to like, quack. Anyway, Flying V. And so we've got like the Mighty Ducks, but then I try to like talk to her about something. I was like, oh yeah, you know, like High School Musical, because that was her growing up kind of thing. And I never seen it. Yeah,
I've never seen it either.
I just like
all I know is Zac Efron, and then I think of Zac Efron and everything now.
Like Neighbors.
And I just want him to.
Weird.
Can I just hang out with him once?
Oh my God. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, and I won't be surprised if I will laugh so hard if Disney comes out and they're like, oh, our streaming app's like $30 a month. Like, I could totally see it. Like, everything's so expensive, and they're like, oh yeah, it's $30 a month, and people are going to go, oh my God, Disney! And they're going to wear their little hats, and they're going to fucking pay.
They're going to wear their fucking ears and be
they're
like...
going to wear their ears and slit their wrists and bleed Disney because they just love it so much. Like, it's crazy.
Okay. I will buy... One, I'll have to see what is going to be on there. We'll probably have to buy it because all the Star Wars stuff because of Steve.
Or you just fucking buy the seasons on DVD or Blu-ray.
This is true.
I wonder if that would affect it.
They're not. How are they going to have? Oh,
what if they
Friends
stopped?
Does have DVDs, but what if they stopped using any DVDs?
What? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like with this streaming services,
I've not put a DVD in. Actually, I lie. I did put a. Nope,
I lie.
I didn't.
Fact. Lie.
Well, so I have Mallrats, and it's DVD, but I actually, this last time, I did stream it.
Well, here's the thing. Which
is really lazy. I didn't get up from the couch just to put it in a DVD.
Girl, preach. We have so many DVDs, so fucking many. Blu-rays, whatever. And, like, what the fuck were we watching the other night? It was like... God damn it. What movie was he watching? I was like, why are you watching this? It was like a movie like say like we were watching Rocky. And Mark's like going on YouTube and he's looking up Rocky and he's going to he's clicking different videos to watch like a scene of Rocky. I'm like, you literally own it. Why don't you just go throw it in and watch the whole movie? And he's like, oh, I don't want to. So like, I wonder if all these streaming services are going to ever affect people actually getting physical copies of stuff. Yeah. And we've talked about this with video games. And I don't know if there's really much of a change. Like I'm still buying physical games, and I'll buy some digital gaming.
Yep.
But I wonder
one or the other too.
I wonder if this whole thing of streaming versus, buying the stuff, because if I'm going to pay granted, you're getting a lot of different content, but if you're paying 12, 15, whatever a month, and you have all this access to the stuff, and if you really like something, you can go buy it. But this is to the extreme if Disney does do like $30 a month or something. But
right.
It makes me wonder.
They could.
Yeah.
They could do $30.
I've got Clone Wars on DVD or on Blu-ray, so it's like, but yeah, the lazy factor of like, oh, let me go find it. Let me like pick one. Oh my gosh, like
which episode was it?
Which episode is on what DVD? Watching Buffy, what a pain in the ass, because like I have 8 DVDs for the season. You're like, oh my god, I want this episode, and you put 3 in to figure out, because it's only like sets of 4 episodes, and you're like, oh fuck, it wasn't that one, because I also don't keep the what tells you what's on what, because I'm an asshole. So you do
it to yourself.
I do it to myself. But I could use the internet like Wiki to be like, oh, what episode? What's the number?
You could even go to the sheer fact of going, hey Alexa, what episode is da da da, and then she'll tell you.
Yeah.
But you don't want to do any of this.
I don't. Well, shut up. You don't either. You just said you didn't.
No.
Please unlock your device.
Oh my god.
Alexa!
Skynet.
What's funny is Steve was telling me that there was a meme that talks about like in 2000 blah blah blah, the government's going to have a wiretap in your house or whatever, or know all your stuff. Then it's all of a sudden you're like, hey, wiretap, how many cups of whatever is in?
It does, because like we'll sit there and have conversations, we'll podcast, and the next thing I know, my phone has all these apps on whatever we were talking about. I'm like, that's disgusting. And I don't want any of this.
Yeah. I was talking to somebody about they're having a kid. We were talking about babies.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I worked at an OBGYN office, this, that, the other thing. And then all of a sudden I went on Facebook and I had all these things advertising for babies.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not having a baby, Facebook. And then I looked, I'm like, this is a fucking tablet. And I'm like, this toilet, there was like a potty.
Yeah.
Like a portable kid's potty.
Yeah.
With a stand that popped up that had a place for their iPad. I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? The kid just sits on the toilet already, like 20 minutes. But somebody said, oh, well, there's good apps that you can put on there and they can pretend to flush and da-da-da. And I'm like...
Japanese toilet. I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that. So then when they said that, I was like, that's the only reason why they would have a tablet on their toilet.
Well, distraction. So they just poop. Because, I mean, we do that as adults, don't we?
Yeah.
Sit,
all of a sudden, I'm like,
phone for like
Steve
20
yells
minutes.
at me. He's like, you've been in here for 20 minutes. I'm like, I'm actually trying to poop.
You get out and you get the ring on your butt.
My legs go numb.
You get the ring on your butt, and when you lift the seat, it sticks for a second.
Yes. And it goes back. And then what's even worse is if you do it while the other person's sleeping.
Yeah. And
you're like, shit, I'm so loud.
And you go to flush it, and you're like, if I try flushing it slowly, it'll be less loud, and it's not. It's bad. Yeah. I've made a tornado. Well, now that we're on poop, that's a good transition. We're flushing on to the next subject.
So this one we're not as organized with, and I've only listened to a little bit, but I'm interested still. So we covered this one as books versus TV shows, which we're going to encompass the main one, which is Game of Thrones, and then see if there's any other ones that we have ideas on.
Which is funny that I came in and this is what we're talking about today, because Mark's been watching all the death scenes of Game of Thrones. What are you showing?
Sorry.
Oh my god, it lights up.
Yeah, you can put it on your phone. It's like a little ring light for your phone.
Oh my god, you're so extra. But yeah, so Mark's been watching all the death scenes of Game of Thrones, and I'm like, oh shit, it's coming out again, isn't it? 'Cause it's not. Oh shit, April. That's soon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, that's why we're talking about this stuff today. So it's the final season.
That's why I said we needed to get on it.
I know. We're ahead of the Game of Thrones.
Ha!
Anyway, so it's final season 1 in April, and we're donesies. And only 6 episodes, which seems shorter than normal. It seems like a half season.
But they're about hour plus long. Each episode. This is the longest fight scene known in TV series.
So is it going to be all?
It's going to be like an hour of a fight scene.
I feel like it's going to be 6 episodes of a fight scene.
Could be. I don't know exactly. I heard that it was like 57 minutes.
Holy shit.
Of just pure fight scene.
I hope I like it.
I'm a little nervous because I got already. So with Game of Thrones, I love hate it.
How do you love hate it?
So I love it so much that when something happens that I didn't expect or didn't want to happen, I hate it, and I actually had to take a hiatus on one of them.
Oh my god.
So at this point, if you haven't watched Game of Thrones, fuck you. I'm going to spoil this. Spoiler. With that, the Red Wedding was the one that I had to stop for just about, it was about a month.
You're like, you flip the table and you're like, no, I'm out.
Yep. I was like, I feel so dirty, upset, my stomach hurts, all in one, that I stopped watching it for a good month just so I could regain my force back.
Yeah, you're like, no, I've lost something here.
So there were so many pivotal moments within Game of Thrones. So when it started, I was interested in what's going on, but my first pivotal moment was the relationship between Khal Drogo and Daenerys, and I was like, this show is amazing.
Yeah.
She was awesome. I love all of them. As we continue, now you start gaining, those teams of who you want to connect with, who you want to keep following, who you want to keep rooting for, who you want to see falter, and none of it went the way that I wanted it to. None of it, except for maybe Daenerys. She's been chilling on her own. There's a couple of times that I was a little upset with things that she's done, but I know that she's growing as a person and as a leader,
so it's okay.
I will give you permission. But everybody else, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Oh, and Arya, I guess.
My question for you is, are you planning on rewatching it?
Yes.
Before it comes out?
Well, I want to, and I asked Steve if we had HBO, and he said no. And then the other day he goes, weird, I've been paying for HBO Go for the I was like, are you fucking kidding me? So I'm going to put it up on my screen while I play The Sims.
So I definitely want to go back and rewatch it, because knowing how, and again, we're current, and if you're not, sorry.
Fuck
/
you.
Not sorry.
/ not hashtag.
Hashtag #. #, not sorry. But so like rewatching it and going back, specifically for her story, it's interesting to know what you know and then go back and rewatch it.
Yes.
Then like there's a scene where the very beginning scene is she's like in that bath and they're like, oh, it's really hot. Like, how are you in there? And I thought originally I was like, oh, she's just burning herself because she feels bad. And like, oh no, nah, bitch, she don't feel heat because she's a fucking dragon.
That makes sense. I didn't know that. Okay.
So if you go back and rewatch it, there's something kind of satisfying to go back because now you know these little minute details.
Yes.
Because again, when you're watching that, you're like, oh, she hates her life and she's not happy where she's at and she's purposely hurting and burning herself in this hot bath because she feels gross and then she's going to be given to this dude. And you're like, nah, bitch doesn't feel heat because again, dragon fucking walked through fire, not an issue. So it's very interesting to kind of go through that. And the only reason I got pulled back the first time was that specific character development. So I need to go back and like watch it again and focus on Ned and focus on like the family.
Bree.
Yeah.
I love Bree.
And kind of going back and like watching and going, oh shit, like now that we know this about them, like kind of seeing that like where it started.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to rewatching it. But we were talking about, with the last season coming up, a lot of people are trying to guess what the season's going to be about. And we came across a really interesting theory.
Well, the theory's been around for a while, probably since like the start of Bran moving around, because before he was a vegetable. But there's been a lot of theory.
He's not a vegetable. Vegetable's completely out.
Well, he was.
No, he wasn't completely.
When he got pushed out of the window, he was a vegetable.
He was not a vegetable. He was just disabled. He couldn't walk. Vegetable.
No, he was out like
hold on.
Complete.
Vegetable.
Didn't wake up for a while.
Oh. Okay.
Don't you remember? His mom was like, tell him if he wakes up that I had to go do something.
Okay, fine.
And then all of a sudden the wolf like ate somebody because they came in to kill him.
Fine, you're right. I'll let you have it.
Yes.
Because I was like, vegetable is like nothing, but you're right.
Yeah, he was nothing.
Okay, fine.
For a little bit. But then he woke up and then they gave him legs with a little wheelchair.
Okay, true.
Or that thing that they were
I like you made like the motion. She
wheelchair.
made like a train motion for wheelchair. Continue.
I thought it was universal sign for wheelchair.
Train motion.
Excuse me. So people are saying that Bran is the Night King, and that's been around as a theory, but they have put together specific things that may sound actually intriguing.
Yeah.
So again, if you haven't heard or seen anything with Game of Thrones, fuck you. This is a spoiler. Potentially, it could be a spoiler.
Woo! That's my spoiler bot. Woo! Spoiler alert.
So, as we see so far, you can find 3 different areas that Bran could have gone back in time to...
Hold on. The theory is that Bran's gone back in time. Okay, continue.
No, Bran is the Night King.
Yes.
That's the theory. Bran potentially
Like she's jumping
is
ahead.
the Night King. No, I already said that.
I know, but then you're like back in time. Like, wait. I'm confused.
Yes.
Confused.
So, what the theory states is they feel that Bran went back in time 3 times already within the series to try and end the war of the White Walkers.
yeah.
So the first one, they say, could be when the Mad King said, let them all burn. It was actually Bran going back into the Mad King's body, and the Mad King didn't understand what that message was, let them all burn. So he decided to try and burn everybody else.
Yeah.
Not the White Walkers, which we all know how that ended with Jaime Lannister now being the Kingslayer.
Murder. Yeah.
Murder. With that, he then tried going back and trying to stop it after, or to see how they beat the White Walkers in the past, but he landed too early and just saw the aftermath.
Too late.
Yes, that's what I meant. Too late. What she said. Which
So he's like,
he only
"Fuck
got to
this
see
noise."
the aftermath.
Yeah.
So he decided to bounce. The last one was him trying to stop the children from making the first White Walker, which, as he was told not to stay in somebody's body for too long, he then got stuck within the person that was getting turned into the White Walker, which then turns into the Night King. Which may also explain why the Night King let Jon Snow pass him, because it could be Bran seeing his family from the first time in hundreds of years.
Oh, okay, yeah, because you're saying that when he went too late, he's like, oh shit, I didn't get this right, and then they claim that he went back early and built the wall, and then
That is right.
So you're saying he was stuck in the body of the person that ended up being
The Night King.
the Night King. So then the Night King,
Because there was a clip in there where he did turn in, he was in the body.
Oh, he was seeing, yeah.
Yeah. But he got stuck in there because they already have warned him multiple times. It's nice to be in the
why
sea,
would it be,
but don't be in there too long or you drown.
But how, yeah, true. But how long was he actually the Night King before he sees his brother, if you go with that theory? Because the Night King...
Hundreds.
So
Hundreds and hundreds of years.
But I'm saying, like, because how long... We'd have to look this up. Because we have to figure out what the seasons are. Because winter doesn't happen often. What it sounds like. Or it takes a long time to finally happen. And winter does come. I think it's for a long time.
But I think
it's years of winter.
Winter?
Yeah.
I feel like, though, south of the wall... Is it south of the wall or north of the wall? Fucking directions.
South of the wall. North of the wall would be north and cold, right?
So
Yeah.
I'm thinking... So, wherever the White Walkers are, I think that always stays cold.
Cold. But then
winter comes. That's why they're like, winter is coming, because it slowly migrates over to where...
So we start the show in the fall. And we're slowly getting to the winter. Which I think lasts years. Which I might be completely wrong. And everyone's probably... The people who actually read the book are like, you're fucking wrong. Like, yeah, that's fine.
If we are wrong, please write in, because we'd like to know.
Educate us. Yeah.
Education.
So that's an interesting theory. I don't know if I like that. But it is like a different turn of events. Like if it is actually that.
One other thing that I did see,
because he did go into Hodor.
Well, he's gone into multiple people.
Yeah, but if
when he's fighting people.
Oh wait, so maybe he gets stuck in. You got firefighters.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Hey.
Why are there firefighters?
It's a great day.
I am terrified.
Anyway,
we don't have a fire at home, do we? Can I go out there and be like, excuse me, my sister's single?
Anywho, where were we? We're talking about winter and then the fire department showed up.
Oh my gosh. Guys, winter is coming.
Yeah,
it's okay. Should we tell him to go listen to our podcast?
So technically, if we think about it, if he is jumping bodies, then are we assuming that maybe he gets stuck in Bran? And then he's just kind of like living this out in this particular form?
No. Bran has green sight. Okay. Which gives him the ability to be able to move.
He did go back in the past and see his dad. He found out the Targaryen thing, because that's how you see that through him.
So green sight allows him to do past, present, and future scenes. He was trying to use green sight to go into the past to try and stop or figure out how to stop White Walkers.
Yeah, but then if he's stuck in a body, that's what I'm saying. If he's stuck in a body, how is he still Bran now? Or is he stuck in Bran
Well, remember
now?
what happened when he became the Three-Eye Raven? He turned all weird. He turned from a little kid, like, annoying, to this kid that was like, hello, welcome, blah, blah, blah. Like, he's all weird. Yeah. So there's something going on with Bran. So you
could say maybe he... Yeah, because he became the Three-Eye Raven when he was stuck in that little thing.
And the Three-Eye Raven said to him...
And he died.
Yes, but because now Bran is the Three-Eyed Raven. But the Three-Eyed Raven
Or the Three-Eyed Raven is that guy now, and then Bran's a White Walker. I don't know, I'm confused.
Well, I can tell. But the Three-Eyed Raven told him, you will never be able to walk again, but you will be able to fly. Yeah. Which then, cut to that next scene, is... the White King, or the Night King, on the dragon, burning down the wall. Shit. So there's a lot of things that say that this theory may be completely true. Now,
if it's not,
April will just let us know what is going on and that we suck.
Well, and if it's not true, then it makes it curious of like what actually is going on. Either Bran is not. I mean, I think he might be able to see. I don't think he's necessarily getting stuck in bodies. But I don't know. Like. But that's the thing with the time travel. There's one theory that I remember hearing about it, and I don't remember a lot of it, but I remember hearing something about where he essentially has to have things go in a certain way, that there maybe was a point in the past where he did jump back and make sure he gets pushed out of the wall, because he ends up going on that path because he loses the ability to walk. So it's just one of those things, like the past, yes, but maybe being stuck in bodies, not sure.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting.
We'll definitely see in April. And any other
That'll
theories?
Be a huge character development for sure.
Oh yeah, and it was a silent one.
And I don't know
because he was dead for a while.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna bring up. They have to bring up the Targaryen thing, because I don't know what they're gonna do now that he's technically slept with his auntie.
Yeah, Jon Snow. I'm actually don't care about that.
I mean, incest was very normal.
Yeah. And it's not brother and sister like technically Lannisters.
The Targaryens, I think, married within the...
That is true.
I think they married within there to keep the bloodline pure. Mm-hmm. So I think they're like, oh no, this is fine. They'll be like, ew, gross. And she's like, oh, this happens all the time. Like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, he'll be like, what the hell? But I got some dragon punani.
He is fire and stone. Or fire and ice.
Yes.
So that's why the book's like, fire and ice. That's Jon Snow. That's him.
I still feel bad for Ingrid. Poor lady. He loved her.
Yeah. Well, they're married in real life, so that's good. I guess that happened. They met each other.
I personally would pick Daenerys over Ingrid any day.
Oh my god, she's awesome.
She's
we were watching the scene where she brings the biggest dragon to the battlefield with Jaime Lannister, and you see all the Dothraki and they're running, and I was telling Mark, I was like, why? I don't get it. Like, they're like, oh shit, the Dothraki are coming, and they're like, oh, prepare for battle, and then the dragon flies over. I'm like, at that point I'd be like, that's a hard pass. That's a nope. Like, when you see
I'd run away because people are burning.
They've heard of the dragons, but no one's seen it. So then she's like, oh, hey, bitch, this is my dragon. At that point, I've been like, yeah, nope, we're good. Like, I'm done now. Like, I don't know why.
I'd be like, do you want the throne?
Yeah. I'm like,
why doesn't she fly into just burn up Cersei? Can we just do that? I hate that lady. She tried. They all went to rewatch her. Remember when
blowing the thing up?
Well, remember when they brought the White Walker and Cersei was all like, it almost ate her face.
Oh yeah, they did do that, huh? They're like, this shit's happening. Stop being a bitch and let's work together. They tried to do an alliance and she just didn't give a shit.
Let's just burn her. Burn her to the fucking ground. I can't wait. I'm so pumped. I'm so excited for Game of Thrones. I
don't know what she's gonna do. She's just done.
Cersei's dumb.
She's just over it. She's got nothing to lose. She has nothing to live for. I don't know. And
I'm so glad Jamie left.
She didn't have the Mountain attack him. Because he's like, what are you going to have him kill me? And she's like, maybe. And he's like, I don't believe you. And he left.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's still something, but I don't know if she's going to, like, pivotal point change her mind too little too soon, or if she's going to have something, like, if there's going to be any redeeming quality about her.
No, she's not redeeming anything. She did for a split second, and then again, nothing. So I'm just
and what's
leaving
going on with the Mountain? His face is all jacked. Like, I understand they brought him back from the dead, but he's getting, like, it's funny.
He's falling apart. He's a zombie.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I bet he's going to turn into a White Walker.
Well, I mean...
What if he turns into a White Walker and kills Cersei?
I don't think he can because he's... I don't know how they reanimated him, but, like, I went back and watched the sequence, and I'm like, oh, shit, he's getting worse. Like, his face is getting nasty. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, he's probably going to turn into a White Walker, and I'm really excited because if he kills her same way that he killed the snake...
Well, let's see.
Remember when he squished his face?
The Viper? Yeah, I just watched that, too. Pop!
I hope he does that to Cersei.
Oh, my God. Well, because if you remember the last episode, which it's been forever since I've seen it, there were one showing her the White Walker, and she's like, Honey Badger, don't give a fuck. And then, essentially, the Daenerys goes and gets Jon Snow, loses her dragon. So now the White Walkers have a dragon. And I think pretty much everyone except Cersei is turning to the north and going, we need to survive because we're not going to. Like, I believe that's it.
Yeah.
Like, everyone else is like, we need to get the shit taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
And her... And I don't know just her, because I don't know what army she has, because I don't know if anyone's going to follow Jamie, or if it's just her, and she's keeping everyone at King's Landing, because I think she has one of the bigger armies. I think Daenerys has the biggest one.
Yeah.
But
Jamie's not with Cersei anymore.
I know. So and then I remember the last scene, it was like him looking at his hand and like covering it up, so I don't know where the fuck he's going to go. Yeah. I do want him to find Bree. I do too. I love them. I ship that hard.
But I kind of like the redheaded dude too, because
I do love him a lot too. He's great. He's just so weird. Babies. He's just so weird. But I think
so in love with her.
I do think that she has a soft spot for Jamie, but I don't know, or they're just really good friends. But I think everyone's turning to the north except for Cersei, and I think at that final scene, Jamie was trying to tell her, it's like, what are you doing? Like, there's going to be no world left to be fighting over. Yeah, nothing left over. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think this is going to be an awesome last season, but I think it's also going to be, I hope it's
devastating.
I want to say disappointing, but it's going to be devastating, but it should be a good closure. And I heard there's rumors of them doing a prequel.
It's going to be a roller coaster, that's for sure.
And I don't know how I feel about a prequel.
It could be new characters.
New characters in that world, maybe, but at the same time, like, you've been kind of stuck with these houses, and it makes sense. But because when we were talking about Wizard of Oz, it's gonna be different characters.
Yes,
it'd be interesting. I don't know. I like to see universes expand a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to do, like, after we watch them, maybe we should do something for the last 6 episodes and be like a post, like, mind blown, like, oh my god, review.
Yeah,
it's gonna be insane.
Those would be spoilers.
Yes. Gameofthrones fuck yous.
We'll find a title to name it so you guys don't accidentally click on it if you don't want to.
and just to cover one last thing that we wanted to talk about was, like, the books versus the show. When she was telling me about this stuff about the Bran jumping from body to body, my main concern is with the books. I haven't read the books, but I have family who have, and they said the books end with Tommen being on the throne, which Tommen is the one that jumped out the window. He's like, bye, peace, and he left. And I'm wondering, like, how different with R.R. Martin, like, I don't think he has anything to do with the show and writing it, but then I wonder if he was going to continue the story, if anything that's been shown on the show would become canon, which is interesting, because I don't know if seeing it, if I would go back and read it if something was different, but I don't know. I wonder if it's going to have any effect on anything he writes later, or if he's just going to take a completely different turn. Because the turns that they've done in the show have been pretty good.
They have, yeah.
So it just makes me wonder.
Or if he just says, completely, I'm just done. I'm not going to write it.
Yeah,
I don't have any ideas.
Maybe he ends it and he's like, you know what? Actually, instead of writing it, I kind of did the conclusion. Because I know they were talking, weren't they the writers talking to him about the characters and, like, about maybe something they would do? And he'd be like, oh yeah, she's crazy. Sounds like something she'd do. makes me wonder if he would end the series instead of having it written, it would be visual.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. We'll see.
I'm still surprised that they picked up the series while it wasn't even completed yet.
Yeah, that's very well. Same with Walking Dead. That's still going.
Oh, really?
But yeah, Walking Dead's still going. But a lot of things have changed. Like we were talking about this earlier off mic. How Walking Dead. Rick's supposed to be spoilers. Fuck you. Rick's supposed to be killed off fairly early, and his son, Carl, is in the books for a while, and I think still is. And it took so long for Rick to finally, die, and like different characters died, or some characters died the same exact way, which I think with the books on Game of Thrones is the same. Some paths are the same, others are different. So, and I think like one of the other main factors of the book versus the show on Game of Thrones is in the Red Wedding. Mm-hmm. His wife wasn't murdered. They stabbed her and they dumped her in the river, but she actually survived with the baby.
Really?
Yeah. So and I think she's still alive in the book. She actually survives. The baby survives, and I don't know if she's in hiding or whatever. But he actually has his wife still and his kid. So with the Red Wedding, they just made it horrible and killed everyone. But in the book, someone actually survived it.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
See, and then that I would want to know if he came back for the throne of some sort.
Oh, like the heir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I wonder why they decided to keep it out of the show, unless it's something that's never shown yet. Oh, there was something else about that old lady, the witch. I can't remember what it was. The red lady.
Oh,
she's old as shit.
Fucking hate that lady.
And she like took off her necklace like ooh, put it back on. So there was something about her because I think she's very ancient. And I wonder if that's going to play a part because she died, didn't she? I don't remember. And the fire guy who like never is like immortal. Fire guy. Remember okay. So you remember? Oh wait. Okay. So here's another part of the book you didn't know. So their mom, Ned's wife. Mm-hmm. In the book, after the Red Wedding, and she gets cut. In the book, she actually gets called some kind of Banshee of the North because she gets brought back from the dead. And she just is full of hate and anger, and she's like massacring people.
Really?
I believe so. Yeah, I remember my cousin telling me something about it. Like she has the slit, she wears like the scarf, and she's like some banshee thing of the north, and she's like fucking batshit.
Now I kind of want to read the books.
Yeah, I mean they're hard to. For me, they were hard to read. I haven't gotten into them yet because I remember reading a ripoff one, like the free ones, you get on your Nook or something. And words were wrong, so words were a little bit wrong, so it was like translated differently. And trying to read in the first like couple pages of the book is like going through the family tree and seeing who's really. And I was like, it was a lot, to get into it. But if you just kind of skip past that and start reading it, I mean, my cousin and my sister love it, like absolutely love it.
Yeah, I hear all the time people love those books, but there are a couple of different comic books that they have followed as much as they could for TV shows. Yeah. I know Sabrina the Teenage Witch is actually from a comic book.
Archie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then they always talk about she's in Greendale. She's in Greendale, which is by Riverdale.
Okay. Yes.
So confusing. So it's funny because I want all of this new content and people to make new stuff, but then they're just pulling from old stories, which is fine as long as I don't see another Disney live action something or other.
Oh my god, just don't go to the theater.
Just stop summer. For Lion King. Stop for Aladdin's. Jungle Book has like 6 different remakes.
Good news story would be How to Train Your Dragon. I just saw the first one and it was amazing. Or the last one and it was really, really good.
Yeah.
Bring tissues.
Oh no.
Bring good. Yeah, it's good. Good cry.
Jeez. That's going to be like in Toy Story. We'll have to do a thing on that too.
Oh my god.
But with all that, if you want to write in on any of your thoughts on Game of Thrones theories, or just want to tell us about other TV shows about books or movies,
and like what we like to call it, if you'd like to actually us, which is when you push up your glasses and you pretty much share your nerddom and you correct us, you can absolutely do that too.
Yes, we enjoy that, and we'll even read it on the show because we enjoy being told that we are wrong. so that we can give more knowledge to those that are listening and not give wrong information. But with that being said, she's going to go play Final Fantasy 11.
Hell yeah,
I'll probably go play
Did
The
you
Sims.
finish Kingdom Hearts yet?
No, I haven't.
Good, bad?
It's been really...
I've heard shit reviews.
Yeah, but everybody does shit reviews. I mean, it's still good. I'm currently past the Hercules area, so I haven't really even started a lot.
Do you feel like you need to go back and replay any of the old ones, or do you feel like it's fine as like just kind of coming in fresh?
Coming in fresh.
Okay.
Yeah, you can definitely come in fresh, and they kind of do a really good idea of what has happened in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, Maleficent and her crew are doing things on the side that then you're trying to stop Hades as well right now.
Okay.
So you're like, Hades is trying to do his thing, and then Maleficent keeps pulling in. So then you're like, what does she have up her sleeve? But guess we're not going to ask her.
She's got long ass sleeves. They literally go all the way to the floor.
She's got some stuff up there.
Okay, on that note.
Yes. With that, always remember to geek responsibly.